Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. I had to fix some things on my camera. It's getting a little too full and it was only going to let me record, I don't know, uh, uh, 40 seconds or something like that. So I had to go ahead and take some stuff out. So I am filming outside. It's getting dark, so people might say the lighting is not perfect. And you're right, it's not. The one I did on the white noise machine, Jeffrey told me that the lighting was bad, and I knew that as well. Him and I both, we film some stuff we do on our own, other times we do in television programs, movies, and that kind of stuff, so we both know about lighting. But he was right, the tree behind me was totally lit. I noticed that before. I was almost going to move around some, but the problem I have is where this hedge is behind me, it's perfect. It's a nice background, it's a nice green. It's not a solid background. If you're doing some things, it has to be a solid white background or a solid green screen if they're going to add stuff to it later. But if something, usually they want a solid plain background, but I like this background, so I like using it. But on this other side of here, I'm facing my house. I'm on the patio. This is the neighbor's house. This is my house. So above here is the roof. So above the roof, of course, if the sun is that way, comes across and into my eyes. So I had to move around. So and he's right. He mentioned that, but I'm not mad at him. I appreciate him doing that for me, to look out for me, and I'll look out for him. But I already knew that. Jeffrey already knew. But I guess I watched it. I go, yeah, boy. I filmed just a few seconds to see how bad it looked. I knew it wasn't going to be great because of that, but I was really mostly focusing on the product, not on me, really. I'm basically holding the product up is just fine. Like if I hold this cup up right here, the background behind it doesn't really matter because this is in the total foreground, and then I'm next, and then it goes back. It's like a three part. But anyway, yeah, he was right. That was definitely an issue there. So this one is a little different because it is now getting dark. It's about to get about to throw those fallback times. An hour back on Sunday. Is before bed Saturday? I think it's before bed Sunday. Go back. Anyway, are we all now on that same? I don't think we are. I think the United States, I don't think every state does that, so it makes it a little confusing. We have Pacific time, we have Mountain time, we have Central time, and we have Eastern time. 4 time zones? I don't know. And then there's a little snafu here and there. Don't forget to subscribe. Speaking of time, it is a good time. Boop, 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 boop. To subscribe. But this video is going to be about something I discovered today. Someone was asking me about veterans voting. Now, let me tell you, it was kind of crowded today because they were doing a few different things. It's the first of the month. Whenever you have an appointment the first of the month, sometimes there's meetings or different, they're showing different procedures. There's training. A lot of that happens, and a lot of times when they start a new program, maybe bringing over some interns or some with the doctors when they are learning to be doctors, and they're going to they're going to their student classes, and you'll see they'll have the regular uniform, and it might say USC medical, UCLA medical, or whatever medical school they're going through. They'll be they'll still have that on as well. So they'll have their VA credentials, and on there they'd also say something about what college they're from. But a lot of that stuff happens, so I had to walk pretty far. Now let me tell you, I saw bumper stickers, political bumper stickers. How many Harris bumper stickers / Walls bumper stickers did I see? Out of all the bumper stickers I saw, I probably saw at least 60 or 70. But I had to walk about 3/4 of a mile in, 3/4 of a mile back. Then I had to set another appointment, so I had to leave that building, go to this building, walk on that parking lot. How many did I see out of that? I saw 0 goose eggs, not 1, 0. That'd be a 0. I saw one Kennedy sticker, and the rest, you guessed it, boop, 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 that would be for Donald J. Trump. And when I was talking to some of the people there at the VA, they asked me, could I fill out a little survey? And I did so. And we were talking about mental health. My appointment was with my toe, so my toe, that could cause me mental health issues. When they were talking about cut off my leg, let me tell you, I was like, did I have anxiety? Yes. Like a lot of times, do you suffer from depression, or are you just depressed? Do you have an anxiety disorder, or do you just sometimes get some anxiety? I don't know. Do I have a sleeping problem, or do I have a problem sleeping? It's kind of like that. Is it an everyday thing? Was that chronic, or is it an occasional? Is it something that they can watch and see if it gets better when it comes to some kind of injuries or sickness? They say, well, if this is still recurring in a week from now, if it persists for a week or so, please go see your doctor. When it comes to my toe, this is what I'm gonna do from now on. If I was to accidentally drop a cotton ball and it hits my foot, or if a butterfly was to land on my foot, I'm gonna rush myself to the emergency room. Because as a diabetic, man, you just can't have, can have nothing going wrong with your foot. You cannot have anything going wrong with your foot, or else it could be really bad. It could cause you to lose a toe, a foot. You lose your life, all because you got a little owie that you got probably 30 identical to that during the summer of whatever your 5th grade year, when you're outside running and sliding the sprinklers, and wow, I stepped on something. I got stung by a bee. I got stepped on a cigarette. When I was a kid, that happened a lot. You'd walk barefoot and you step on a cigarette, because a lot more people smoked than they do now. A lot more cigarettes out there. If you ever stepped on a cigarette, guess what? They're really hot. So anyway, things can happen to your foot. But what they were talking about today was the fact that some people, not very many at the VA, but some people have already called in, and I'm not saying anything wrong with this. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying this is a good thing. If you're having problems with your coconut, don't fall out of the coconut tree. If you're having problems with your melon, if you're having trouble with your balloon, whatever it is, whatever you want to call that thing, your head, your noggin, your whatever. If you're having problems up there, call it in. There's a number. There's a nine something. I'll try to put it on, but there's a mental health 911 number. Like if you call 911 for a hospitalization, you can call 911. If you're having an episode, if you're sad, scared, or whatever, if you think you're having an emergency, or if you think someone else has an emergency, you can call 911. But there's another one. I think was it 999? I put in my videos before, when I did a video back there called, Trump's gonna win, don't be stupid. Because people were already talking about that, about hurting themselves. They've already had a couple of calls, but the majority of the calls that are coming in are people that are in that area, Long Beach City. There's some people at the Cal State University of Long Beach next door, and some of those people might have had some issues with the fact that Trump is going to win the election. They can't handle it. Now they call it Trump Derangement Syndrome, TDS, and that they've been having it since Hillary Clinton lost. So I had an opportunity to talk to them. This is the first year they're setting up this different stations in case they have to get into an ambulance or get into some kind of a vehicle to go out and deploy if someone is, want to. It's not like hostage negotiation. Can you there? Come on out with your hands up, or get down off that building. I don't know if it's to that extent. Things you see on Kojak or Columbo or Streets of San Francisco or some NCIS show. Or the FBI, they're talking somebody out of doing some harm. But they said they're getting prepared for that. So I said, well, I didn't know that Trump derangement syndrome was a real thing. She said, oh yeah, it's been around since before Hillary Clinton lost the election. People were already having episodes. And the CNN, if you go back and you search, Politico had a pretty good article. I just sent that to someone. But Politico, Newsweek, CNN. So these are not Breitbart. This is not Rumble. This is not Fox News. You must watch Fox News. When I started saying Trump was going to win, way back before we all knew Trump was going to win, he's going to be the next president in 4 days. He's going to win that, and he'll be replacing Joe Biden in 4 days. This will be out tomorrow, so 3 days, right? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, in 3 days we'll have that probably all squared away. But I was saying that, way back when Biden was running against him. For those of you, side note, these little side notes. For those of you that bet me money, dinero, buckaroos, that said, and I bet you that Biden was not going to win the election, and you bet me that Biden was going to win this election in 4 days. Right there, buddy. Right there, fellas. One guy did write me and say, David, I know that you told me I'll never pay because I'm on welfare. That's not very nice, but you're right. I don't have the $200 to pay you. He actually admitted that, Biden's not going to win the election, and he made a bet. He says he's got to stop doing that. I said, well, how many people did you bet that bet? He goes, if you bet, that Trump is not going to win, you still have time. He's got 3 days, 4 days until then. If you say Biden is going to win the election, I bet you Biden's not going to win the election. Right there. Should you pay? Yeah. If I lost that bet, I'd pay. People still owe me money from a few other political betting things. Have I ever got any of the money they owe me? One guy gave me $20. We bet $20. We shook on it, and he gave me $20 because I was right and he was wrong. And it was not even a presidential election. I can't remember what it was. It was something that he was betting me. And I've won a lot of sports bets, and they don't win. No one pays up on those. One guy did wash my car. I bet him if he won, I had to wash and wax his car, and if I won, he had to wash and wax my car, and he didn't do a very good job. He washed and waxed my Ford Ranger pickup truck at the time, but it looked better than it did, I guess. But anyway, they are having this situation. I just know it's not a joke. It's not a joke when they call the people snowflakes and princess and woke, bad words, when they call them little B word, and it's not bumblebee, or they're a bunch of little B's, or they're a bunch of little P's for the P word, not party princess, but the P word. They're like that one actor said, I'd rather have a candidate that would say he's going to grab me by my P versus one that is a P. So I think you know what that is. So yeah, but it's out there, guys. It's out there. They're talking about, they said, we know we're going to be responding to these, not necessarily the Veterans Administration. The majority of the veterans are probably going to vote for Trump. And I said to her, well, what happens if Harris wins? Well, she's not going to, but what if Harris wins? And they said, no, we get no. When Biden beat Trump, some people said he didn't, but when Biden became the president, his photo's hanging right there in the lobby of the VA, because it's a federal building. None, zero, Ebola. No one was having any kind of episode. The Republicans, when there's a new Democratic president, they say, no, I don't like that guy. That guy's dumb. That Biden guy, I think he might have dementia. He's got something wrong. Oh, no, he doesn't. He's brilliant. I think his son might be a drug addict. Oh, yeah. No, he's not. I think that laptop might be Hunter Biden. The Russians flew that in from Russia, got a lookalike who brought that laptop to be repaired, used Biden's information, Biden's identification, and left. That wasn't it. Oh, it was? Oh. But anyway, the Republicans, the MAGAs, it just happens. They don't have the psychotic episodes they have with the Democrats when a Republican wins. They had it back when Bush won. She was telling me. When Bush won, some people were, it's the end of the world. Oh. That kind of stuff. And remember that some very, very brilliant people lost their jobs. There's an economist, I can't remember who it was, he wrote for one of the newspapers, and he got fired because they said, you said that we were going to be in a depression within a year. Remember the ones that the political pundits, the military experts who said we were going to be in World War III. Just 1 3. Boop. World War III, when Trump became president, we'd be doing that within, I think they said within a week or 2 weeks, whatever. And he said that, and guess what? Ain't got no job. And he still doesn't work. I guess the one that I had heard about, I was looking up the other day, I can't remember his name now, of whatever happened to him, the one that did that. And look at all of the ones who lost their jobs when there was an assassination attempt on Trump. They're saying, let's give the shooter shooting lessons, next give me the gun, and they're saying all that kind of and then what happens is, hi, come on in, there's a couple of cardboard boxes there, get your stuff and get out of my workplace. You're done, you're fired. Well, what did I do wrong? So if they have the right to hire you, they have the right to fire you. So if you do that kind of stuff, don't keep it off of social media. Don't talk anything stupid, because I don't think you're stupid. Are you stupid? Some people that are on my channel, they are stupid, and I told them they know. They write me some stuff like that stupid, and they write me again the same thing. God, if you keep writing me the same kind of stupid things, is it because you are? I think it is. But brilliant here. Oh no, far from brilliant, but not stupid. So anyway, that's what's happening. So if you have any of these issues, you need to call 999 or 993, whatever it is. There is a line for that. There's a line for veteran crisis if you're a veteran that's considering suicide. But if you're a non-veteran considering suicide, of course, 911, and there are other lines too. A lot of the counties are giving out or have free mental assistance. Some of the colleges do. It's free. Some of the churches do. So you just maybe need to talk to somebody. Some of them will be psychologists, and that's called talking therapy, where they talk to you. Some will be psychiatrists, where they talk to you, and they may give you something, a tranquilizer type thing, a sedative, something to keep you from hurting yourself or others. But if you're having a problem, and there's no joke, I'm not joking, if you are thinking you're having some kind of mental episode, that's just as important as having a physical episode. I put on a lot of weight, and a lot of it was because of mental, I'm sure. Comfort food is called comfort food for a reason. You want comfort. I ate things that tasted yummy. Does it still taste yummy? Yeah. Do I need it? Right now, it's Halloween, it's tough. Everybody's offering me candy. No thank you. I don't say I can't eat that. I just say no thank you, because I can physically eat it. But I just, no thank you. Give it to a kid or something. But if you have Trump derangement syndrome, if you have whatever syndrome or psychosis or whatever, or if you think you might be having a psychotic event, or it's possible you're hearing voices, you think you might, and I'm not joking, this is not a joke. If you truly feel you truly have a problem, will you please call and get some help? Right there, guys. Subscribe, like, share, and comment. Are you okay with the fact that it's probably going to be, even Whoopi Goldberg is saying it's going to be Donald Trump? I don't think she likes him. She says she doesn't like him. Who knows? Is that an act? A lot of it's an act. We know that. Sister Act. Is it Sister Act? Sister Act number 15. Whoopi hates Trumpy, the Trumpster. I don't know. But anyway, some people are going to have this issue, and we make light of it. But if it's someone that you love, and they're constantly talking about, oh my God, I can't believe it. I can't go to work. I'm so depressed. Those are just people that didn't go to work. They didn't go to work. Some people have not returned to work. We talk about how amazing it is that people haven't returned to work with COVID. There's some people, I know someone that had COVID, they just got their sense of taste back. They got their sense of smell back first, and then about a month or two later, they got the sense of taste back, and they got COVID on that original 2020, 2021 thing. So we're talking 3 or 4 years. But what about the people that went back since 2016 when Trump won the election? Hillary Clinton didn't win the election. All the liberal media told us it was going to be Hillary Clinton, and she didn't win. And these people have not returned to work, and it's been 8 years. 8 years. They're not working because the candidate they wanted to win didn't win. Did he take us to World War III? No. Did the economy crash? No. What's going to happen when Trump wins? Well, one thing, the economy is going to get better. The Democrats are saying that. Bill Clinton has said that. A lot of the people that she sends out there to talk for her have said, well, yes, the economy's not good and whatever, and Bidenomics was a failure. It's a failure. Are they calling it Kamalanomics? I don't know. But since she was his vice president and Bidenomics failed, they're going to blame her. Now, if Bidenomics was a great success, what would she be talking about right now? How great they fixed the economy. They do this. Unemployment was at this when we took over, and the inflation was this, and those numbers are wrong. Those are not true numbers. So the economy's worse now. A lot more people that are not supposed to be here. We call them our newly arrived citizens without proper documentation. So they used to call them illegal aliens. My friend who got here, his dad smuggled them across the border. He said, I used to be a wetback, and now I'm not a DACA kid, but now I'm what am I called, David? I said, I think you were called a newly arrived resident without proper documentation. He said, well, yeah, but I came here 49 years ago, 50 years ago. I think that's still what you're called. That's what they say to call a homeless person. Is not a bum or transient or a hobo. They are an unhoused individual. So we have a lot of different new names for some of the same people, problems, or whatever. But do you have Trump derangement syndrome? If you do, get help. If you're gonna have a problem with that, get ready. Don't fix it with drugs and alcohol. Don't Don't think to do bad things to yourself. Remember, there's help out there. It's free. Like, I can't afford to go to a psychologist. You can't afford free? Call your mental health people. If you live in another country, you're probably not going to have this problem. But if you live in the United States, it's out there. Just help with that. Here in California, we have help at the Monrovia level, much as my city. Let's just say I was having this problem. Woo, no, Trump. I heard he's a Russian. Okay, so I had that problem. So I picked the phone, 911. Hello. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Monrovia, great. Oh, if not, oh, okay. The county, LA County, great. Oh, the state. Oh, federal. Oh, the colleges. Oh, there's got to be 95 to 200, I bet, that I can just scroll through my phone and find. I'm pretty sure there is. So there's resources out there. Don't forget to use those resources. Our taxpayer money pays for a lot of it. Some of it's done through charity. People who have the goodness of the heart want to contribute to these. There are some charities that I've seen that have asked me for help. And it starts to learn in, I can't remember what it is, but it's saying for mental health, and they've asked me to make donations to that. I'll get a lot of that because I'm a veteran. So anyway, Trump derangement syndrome. Do you got it? I don't know. We don't call this Trump derangement syndrome. You got it? Question mark. I don't know. Is that exciting title? Well, we had a good SEO, search engine optimization. I don't know. Take care. Comments down here. Subscribe right there. There's a little thumb thing right there down here. I think boop, hit that bad boy and share this with your friends that might have an issue. People think maybe I'm making light of this, but I'm not. I'm making a joke out of a lot of it because it's how we get attention to these kind of problems. But the serious matter, when it all comes down, erase everything else you've heard on here. Okay, it's all gone. If you have a problem, call the number. I know it's 911. I'll put the one here for mental health. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.